Okay, we have 3 minutes left from the start. How long we are going to wait for people who are waiting? Should we wait a couple of minutes more? 4 minutes already. Or should we start?
Сейчас ровно 5 минут стукнет.
Угу. Привет, Екатерина. Hi. Hi, Екатерина. Hi, Борис. Again. Hi, Andrei. Okay, it's 5 minutes past, so I think it's enough. We had enough time to wait for people who wait. So today is 22nd of July, and we have 39th DevEx weekly Zoom call, and we have a lot of points in agenda. So first point is from Pavel. It's called Prolongation of Gross 16 zkSNARK proof verification use case.
Prolongation? Sorry, we talked. No, I think we didn't talk about prolongation of proof verification use case. So the first topic I wanted to raise was about results of anonymous token design contest results and about implementation phase.
Well, the first topic it was an agenda is prolongation of Gross 16 proof verification use cases. So you were talking about.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
That,
Yeah. Fully. It's actually
some participants didn't have it. Some participants didn't have a chance, didn't have a time to submit their work. So please, what is your proposal for this case?
Actually, this was not my proposal, because I mean I cannot ask the participants which are submitted in time to accept this. The idea was just if other participants are not mine to have some idea how to accept other works. So there was a discussion after I post that proposal. There was not much actually reaction for that. Any thoughts from you guys as well? Because
okay, let me give you my thoughts. So I went through this discussion on the forum, and for me, the most reasonable proposal was to prolongate the contest or make another, prolongate, but keep these 2 places or 4 places for the first level participants, and if you have another admissions later, they should receive fifth and all next places. So proposal was to reserve reward for the first admissions, like first 4 places, and anybody else who submit their work will receive fifth and sixth, seventh, and so on places.
Yeah.
For me, it's more reasonable.
I think at the moment we have one guy, actually 2 teams, but at least, so one team is team from Petya Korolev, and he wrote that he thinks that it's not a bit fair to put him in that position. Of course, and he claims that there were some problems during contest itself. Of course, I mean, we got 4 submissions, and they didn't face problems, so they were able to meet deadline. Okay, any more thoughts on that?
Let me put this straight. What is this? What was this proposal about?
Yeah. Yes, Mikhail, please.
У нас очень интересный телевизор на фоне. Могу
Guys,
попросить
Ренат,
включить его, пожалуйста. О, благодарю. So let me clarify what was this proposal about. This proposal is actually about exactly one participant, which tried to use some components which were kind of in a draft state, but he took a risk and tried to use them. And well, other participants re-implemented them themselves, but he tried to use like pre-prepared drafty components for the circuit construction. They were not like a production ready thing up to that moment. And well, that's actually why he wasn't able to submit his solution in time. That's, I don't know if that's like, I don't know, I don't know, and I actually don't care whose failure is this, because well, other participants, as I said, like re-implemented those components themselves successfully. But well, I don't know, it's just if no one objects to allow this participant to submit his solution after the deadline, that's, well, actual question which should be discussed, like exactly one submission.
Yeah, Lefisan actually said that, replied that it will not be fair. Ideal Atom was fine with that. So Noam, I think, was quite neutral on that. So,
Mikhail, did I get you right that you think that it would be good to prolongate this contest and give this team who late with the submission, to give them the same possibility? Is it what you are proposing?
I don't propose to prolongate the contest. I actually only propose to consider to allow this participant to submit his solution, only one solution after the deadline. I'm not sure about like if it should be judged exactly on the same terms as other submissions, but well, this thing you have to decide yourself. I mean, really. I'm just telling that I'm thinking that to allow to submit this solution is, well, more or less okay.
Okay, so actually there are two options. Option number one, to allow participate on regular terms, or option number two, to allow to participate it that submission only starting from 5th place. So
Yeah,
let's
that's the thing which should be decided. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are no, so we are all fine with the concept of prolongation itself, or say adding submissions. Technically, it will be prolongation because technically it will be new deadline for submission. Okay, so
like,
let's do a vote.
Like today midnight.
I'm not sure
No,
that Petya is ready for that today midnight. So
well, I told
guys,
him he has to be.
The point
no.
is, I mean, we can't allow other participants to submit their works from the same, like, from the same conditions like others, because it will be a precedent. We avoided this many times during other contests, and it's like, it's not fair.
Okay, let's vote by raising hands here, and then we'll put it on a vote in SubGov. So for those who think that new submissions should be from the 5th place only, should get reward 5th place and below. Please raise your hands.
So you are saying that all participants who are late should receive the 5th place
Yeah,
and
5th
below.
and below. Yeah.
So we will have layer 1 for those who was in time, and layer 2 for those who was
Yes, kind of, yes.
late, right?
Yes.
Actually, why not have a separate contest with very similar rules, but with reduced prizes or something?
We can deploy. Yeah, actually, what we can do, yeah, we can deploy the second contest, saying that this is for additional. By the way, it's a good solution. Yeah, we can have two contracts. But again, this is technical. How we can do it in technical way. Let's finalize that vote, guys. And again, you can vote for one option for another option. If you do not vote, then you have your opinion for a third option. So please make decision.
Fellas, we do have the participant in here. He raised hand in favor of the first option. So it's like...
First, I mean, 5th plus.
Yeah.
Okay, it's... but we don't have majority now. Okay, so then, guys, let's do whole votes for to add submissions without any special condition, like to have it as others. Oh, Petya.
Yeah, hello, I'm here.
Okay, so okay, so you see at the moment it looks like we're more close to support the idea of having to deploy a second contest with prices starting from 5th place. And now the question is like, if there are people who think that all contests should be, all participants should be evaluated on equal terms.
Well,
So
yeah, I think the guys who already applied should be awarded as expected. But since there is some technical problem that it's impossible to predict all these things. But I think it will be fair if we give a second chance for a guy, if everything will be fixed and it's possible to deliver snarks, so why not to give this option?
Great. How much time do you need? What is your, because we need to then to deploy. So the great solution Boris proposed, he said like we can use the same contest terms just to change rewards and to write that submissions which participated in first contest cannot be submitted there. So we can have now, we can deploy the second contest. And we need to put deadline there.
Yeah, I think in our case, I will say like 1 week, because people also have a work, and maybe not everyone can work like start at any time. And it's unexpected, because I thought like it will be smooth, but then I found a lot of issues that have to solve. Most of them I try to documentize and send pull request or send information to the chat. But I think if everything goes well and we can do all the hashing algorithms, so and all these circuits will work as expected, I think 1 week should be a good estimation. Not too long, not too short.
Just saying, don't expect a Merkle tree component. Yeah, if you plan to use it, I don't. It's really, it has so many problems. I don't think it will be fixed in 1 week, if ever.
Yes. So this is also crucial point. So I have to find another architecture to make my idea works. Without Merkle tree is quite hard. Maybe I will just create some more basic and simple circuit with the things that we already have. Of course, it's impossible to build it for 1 week. Yeah.
Okay, so your final thought, like 1 week or probably 10 days for finalize submission.
Guys, actually, I have a thought. What do you think about to make this contest like repeatable? So, I mean, the use cases, the number of use cases are unlimited. What do you think?
Yeah,
we could collect
Alex,
more and more use cases?
It should be in batches, because we need to judge it, need to get feedback. So once the first batch passed all jury voting, all bug fixed during that process, then there could be, of course, there could be second contest like that.
Yeah, obviously it should be budget, but I mean, we could start the same contest with lower prices.
I'm just saying that now we are trying to solve particular issue, and I think we have solution, and Peter is agree with so I think now it's only question what deadline should be for the new contest. If like 10 days are fine, so then let's do it. Let's be on the
but
safe side.
it's my estimation, like maybe someone, we don't have all the participants here who didn't apply it. At least like some of them send me a message.
I know two. No?
Yeah, so I think it's worth to ask them. So, and 1 week is quite optimistic. Maybe if it will not a rush, maybe it's better to get 2 weeks. So yeah, it's just my thoughts. I don't know. And yeah.
Okay, from my perspective, it is fine. The more use cases we have, the better. The more experience, the more debugging. So if there are any objections for that decision, please raise your hands.
Wait, just to make sure. Just to make sure, the voting won't be delayed because it is totally separate contest, right?
Yes, absolutely. So this voting should go as it go, and there should be separate contest deployed.
And one more thing, if one of the how many 4 submission is rejected or gets average score of less than 4, I think the Peter participators' submission should be able to get to third or fourth places. I mean, it shouldn't be specifically from fifth place, but from the end of the how many submissions were accepted in the
It will
first
be
contest from there.
Yeah, sorry, but it will be very complex. I think we'll deploy to deploy a separate contest with specific rewards. It's quite straightforward. If we will face some problems like that, I think we should then discuss it again. At the moment, I don't think that we will be able to discuss all situations. Hopefully,
Well, yeah, actually, I agree with the Gnome's point, but also agree that it's hard to organize. It's much easier to separate, and maybe you can put some different price tiers. I don't know, like to just compensate these differences. But I don't know, like. But Gnome's case is right. So what if some of them will not pass? So why our tires should be lower? This is also the question.
well, okay.
So also, Pavel, if we want to have a like connected contest, we should add to the description that previous participants do not have right to take part in this contest. So
Yes, exactly.
Kind of
That's what I
rare.
said.
So, I think, so what do you think
Yes.
if we could make like second contest is not connected to the first one, just everybody could take place, just we will make a lower reward, like
Yes,
from the
that's what
fifth
I've said.
place, and including participants of the first contest could take place again and again and again, and we will have a repeatable contest.
Oh, but they cannot submit the work which already was submitted. So that's the point.
Okay, so works that was submitted previous, okay, cannot be submitted again, but they could submit another idea, another proposal submission, right?
Yes, if they will be able to do like something new in 2 weeks, then that's fine, I think.
I mean, maybe we will not limit everybody for 2 weeks. Maybe we will give them a month and 2 months for jury members.
Then it's a second contest. I mean, fully independent. I guess just trying to add almost prepared solutions into that contest.
It's what I'm talking about.
I think that we should keep it simple at the moment. Simple. I mean, there were some submissions which were not able to meet deadline, so we just have another contest with some quite short deadline. If we'll do it for a month, then of course, new people can come, and even participants of the first, like let's say tier 1 contest or first contest will be able to make this second submission as well. But that was not an idea, at least from my side.
Yeah, but we can increase the idea and make a completely independent series of contests.
Then the idea of rewards starting from fifth place doesn't make sense. Then you can make it on the second contest. You can make it as independent contest, same rewards.
No, the reward will be less because, of course, who come first will get the most reward. Other contests will have rewards like from the fifth place and less.
Well,
think
Alex,
we're
in this case, I not understand, like, you know, like when I built my SNARK and then I found that I can't apply because some of the circuits it doesn't work. So why I have to apply for a second tier with the lower rewards just because something inside the blueprint library doesn't work? So it's also not fair. And I don't know, like, is it somehow can be fixed or not?
okay, guys. Again, there is now quite a unique solution. Let's do this. The second supplemented, let's say, contest A 1B. So that's like 1A contest, and then we have 1B contest with 2 weeks deadline from now. And then those who already have some background will be able to participate. On the next contest, second contest, there will be, we will include all experience we got from the first one, and it will be open for everyone. And it will have enough time to participate. So again, Alex, the idea is that we have now, it's just a supplementary contest. Let's put that way.
For those participants who didn't have time to...
Technically, it's for everyone. Technically, it's for everyone, but the idea is that if you was not doing this for before, so you will not be able to do it in such time. So it means that it's more or less for those who already were doing something.
Well, sounds
Okay,
good. I think it will be fair for everyone.
Okay, we have more topics to discuss. Actually, we spent half an hour for that. Okay, Alex, if you're fine with that and no objects, let's move on, please.
Okay, let's move on. So second point is anonymous token design contest result. So what?
Yeah, so my view is that, first of all, I personally, I'm not a jury member, but I personally disagree with rejects, which jury members put as scores. And I think we can use scores from jurors which put scores to rate submissions. That's question number one. That's my view. Moreover, if you take rules which are in contest smart contract, only if you got rejects 50+% rejects from all jurors, then it counts as a reject. If you get less than 50%, then it's not counted as a reject.
Yeah, that's correct. And actually, you can address the data in the smart contract itself. It contains the state of the submission. Has it passed or not?
So yeah, that's point number one.
Start.
Yes, if somebody objects, actually, when now it's more like explaining how smart contract rate submissions. But I mean, if there are some disagreement with that, I mean, or some ideas, please comment. Okay, great. So the second question is that the second, actually, it was technically the first submission, got less than threshold score. So my proposal is, since for use cases we have scored level of 4, I think that we can make contest terms more favorable, and vote to reduce the threshold, which technically means to accept that submission as well. What do you think, about it. And let me start from another idea. So the whole point of that contest actually was not to create some handbook for making an anonymous token. It was as a first phase before implementation. So the idea is that those papers should help potential team, which will think about, which will do implementation on the next phase. That team can use those papers or even can do its own implementation. So the next stage will be implementation contest. What is also important, I would like to talk about implementation of such solution. From my perspective, it can be a good business for a team which will implement it, because the team can, depending on the design, the team can either create new tokens and issue those tokens through some, DEX, or the team can accept tons through swap inside that contract and have some governance token, which can be also used as a monetization mean. So technically, that implementation contest should bring people which will support that solution and will make out of it a business. So the second part of that contest, rewards on that contest not about to like pay all costs with all profit, but it's like just support of teams which will start such a project as a business. So that's my point. And also, when you write such a specification, probably some teams can do some like tests in terms of writing some code. So, good specification is quite tied to the code, the implementation itself.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the question.
Yeah. Wait a second. I gotta clarify. The specification we're talking about, like the architecture description, not like overall, not like overall or like overview paper. It's the architecture description, like a particular solution description, particular solution architecture description. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, so decision number one. Are we fine with lowering threshold and voting to, which means accepting submission, another submission as well? Let's. I already put it for the vote. On chain.
We got participants in here. Let's ask them if they're ready to start a business side of it. Fellas, are you ready to do that? It's like there's no point in lowering the threshold in case you're not going for the implementation. We are actually expecting the implementation and working product out of it.
So,
Vlad, the dev.
Are you talking about threshold for implementation, or are you talking about threshold for this particular contest which was already passed?
We gotta be sure about. This will not be like wasted for nothing. This has to come to its implementation, and personally, I'll be glad to see like 2 and 3 and like 4 and like tens of thousands like implementations of such a mechanism. Alrighty, so that's why I'm actually like asking about if fellas are gonna start something out of it, or they're present in here, and I'm not sure why they are not responding.
Actually, your mic is very bad, so it's not easy to understand what you say.
Sorry, I hear that you are asking me and Vlad for some question, but I don't hear exactly what do you mean.
Sorry. Yeah, my mic is pretty bad. Let me repeat the question. We're actually interested in these specifications to be implemented into something like working and something like a product. All right, so from my side, I can say that we're looking forward to that. We will do the product out of our submission. Will you do the product out of your submission? Do you have such plans? Are you ready to run it as a business so we could like support you and know this is not going to be like wasted for nothing?
Oh, okay. Now I get the question. So when we read about the contest, there are something like 4 or 5 days till the end, and we have no idea how to do that. And when we design it, we have something like, no, at least me, I don't think what Vlad will add, but at least me, I have some like, I spent 2 days, all my weekends for the writing this paper, and that's really, I like burn with this paper, and I think I will be really interested in writing the implementation of this design.
No, it wasn't my question. You're not answering my question. You're answering like a little bit different question. I'm asking if you're ready to start a project out of your implementation. I mean, not just do some implementation, but to start a full-featured project out of it, like I don't know, like Brox's fellows did it.
Okay. I get about like business, like a company project. Yeah,
that's what we're interested in.
Yeah, I understand. I can't answer for this question right now. Sorry. I've not prepared for such question. Maybe Vlad will answer if he have some answer for this.
Not really. Just now we would like to take part in competition for the implementation and create some implementation, of course, but we can't say that it's easy to start business with this implementation, but if we create really good implementation, so we can think about it.
Well, I got my answer to the question. So, thanks. It's up to you fellows to decide now.
Okay, so
we switch to the third point of the agenda, but actually I didn't get about the second point. Actually, the question that I have: did we reach quorum for this contest? For example, Boris, what do you think?
So there's no quorum, Alex, in smart contract. That's DeFi. That's what invented DeFi SubGov. So they said that jurors should there should be quorum of jurors for vote. But for such complex decisions, it's not an easy to participate. So I mean, I don't see any value from jurors coming and saying I don't understand it and I abstain. So for me personally, it's much more important when jurors vote, those jurors who understand the topic and submissions.
Jurors who do not understand the topic should vote abstain anyway. So this was the point to abstain. So because of this, I want to know the Boris' opinion. Did he left? He left. So technically, jurors who does not have such experience and who are included in the contest as jury members should vote abstain. And in this particular case, we do not have quorum from the jury.
Again, Alex, I mean, the quorum idea was introduced by DeFi SubGov. That's for their own purpose. They have some rules for contest, and which my personal view that the more we go out of blockchain, it's more the more problems we get. It should be very straightforward. It should be all on smart contracts. So if you ask me or Boris how smart contract works, there is no any quorum for jury. It's only I mean, it gets you can take data from out of smart contract and see ratings right now. Actually, we have automated resources for that, so which displays results for all contests. So you can take a look.
Yeah, but before we had this like precedent when we had few number of jury voted, and like we didn't accept this result. Like in beginning of May, we had some very fast contest from media. Very few members voted, and
Oh, I think nobody voted. Nobody voted that. Nobody voted that time. And again, that was that's yeah. When you talk about that dance or something, the problem was that nobody voted due to May holidays, and so that's was very specific case as well. I understand your point that we didn't get quite a lot of votes, and we have quite contradictory voting where two jurors rejected the submission. But again, I mean, I guess one of those jurors was Fabrice. I invited him to come. He didn't come. I mean, it's very hard to understand his position then.
His position is that submissions was very like they doesn't force the reward how it was.
Yeah, but rewards are not. It's not a question for jury. Yeah, but reward is not a question for jury. Reward was set in contest terms, and I think. Okay, I can talk with as well, one by one. The idea is that it's the first phase of implementation. We didn't put it into rules that it's first phase. And technically, it's independent phase, so it could be judged independently.
I'll probably explain this. I don't know. I'll try to explain this in a different way. Let me show you what you're trying to, like what you have probably expected. You expected something like this. Things like this, like I'll just send you the zcash specification. Things like this are being implemented for for years with a team of well, very intelligent fellas. I mean, this particular one I've sent you was in progress since 2011. It was zero coin at first, then it was zero cash, then it became zcash. That's the result of like, I don't know, of work starting back from like 2011. What we're talking about is the specification for the viable enough and good enough for the product launch. A good example, a fine example of a good product launch within this field is this one, like they're not a cash fellas. Just to understand how like successful they are being listed on Binance, and FreeTON is not being listed on Binance right now. So it's like they're a little bit more successful than we are right now. Well, in these terms, in terms of business, surely. And take a look at their specification. It's a little bit different. It contains like 3 pages, and they describe and they prove only critical parts which are required for the product launch. That's what can be done, like, I don't know, in a couple of months. That's the only thing which could have been done during this contest. If you expect someone to submit a full-featured zkSNARK specification, you're wrong. The zkSNARK specification takes years to build. It's not like it's not the contest is not about producing the product quality specification. It's about producing the specification good enough for the product launch as first step. The result is the product launch, not the product quality specification. That's the point.
Okay, good explanation. Thank you. So, did I understand correctly that results, common approach results for this contest is the first submission didn't get the threshold and it will not receive the reward, and the second submission got enough rate for reach threshold and they are taken the first place. Am I?
I don't mind lowering the threshold if fellows agree to do the implementation after this contest is like finished and the implementation contest is started. Fellows have agreed to do the implementation, so I don't mind lowering the threshold if we want to.
So we could like change the contest description after finishing contest, but I think
sounds
because
terrible.
we are going to change it.
You'd better not.
Okay, let's vote.
Yeah, sounds terrible, but because we are not.
Let's just vote.
I mean, we are not limiting it.
Yeah, we should not make terms worse for contestants, but if they're more favorable, then it's fine.
Yeah, I would agree.
Actually,
Okay.
there is only 2 submissions, right, for these contests.
Yes.
Yeah, but as I can see, like I totally agree with that like Tornado Cache is a good example, and as I can see, all of them has like quite description in this articles is much more than in Tornado Cache white paper. So, but is it not enough to accept it as ready to submit solution?
Okay, let's vote here. I mean, those who agree to reduce threshold to 4, please raise your hand.
I can't vote since I'm biased. Sorry.
Why not? Come on.
One, two, three, four, 5. 4. I saw 5 hands up.
Yeah,
5.
Peter was
5.
okay.
Oops, sorry, it's another. Yeah, here is my vote.
6.
Nah, they're voting for themselves. exactly as I could vote for myself.
Okay, let's okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, who are so we don't have majority, but 4 against. Yeah, let's vote those who are against that.
Okay, no one mind.
Yeah, the problem again, as I said before, if you don't make a decision, so then you have your own option.
I don't know how to indicate that I'm like biased. I'll put this one. I'm biased. Yeah.
Come on, just vote. Nobody cares.
Okay. Anyway, guys. I mean, it should go through on-chain voting. It's only what we have here. It's just like non-formal, yeah, non-formal indication of like social consensus. So, okay, Alex, let's put it on voting, on-chain voting.
Okay.
For
okay.
all members.
Got it.
Well, so what we have next?
A couple of topics we have no time to
Next we
discuss.
have the KPI voting contest.
Yeah, for the KPI voting, I think we made wording changes what was asked on last meetup. Any comment? Did you have a chance to read it? Is it ready for a vote?
Just to clarify, this contest is about implementing a thing for a particular use case. There is a use case for this thing pending, waiting for this implementation to be ready, and it's like that's why I've been asked questions why timings are short, why timings are so short, just exactly because there is a use case pending for it, like waiting for this thing to be done. That's why timings are quite short.
Yeah, I think 3 months is quite enough, at least for people who understand. Of course, if you never did any zkSNARK, you never touch any zkSNARK, never did anything for TON, then it will be hard to start. But if you already, guys who submitted, participated in use case contest, probably they already have some experience. So 3 months, it's not normal timing for such a contest.
But for
So
this
it looks
contest,
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's very hard to make it without Merkle tree again. So before we need to fix and implement Merkle trees for sure, because I'm pretty sure it's impossible to do it without.
No, didn't you implemented your own kind of implementation for this, for the use case contest?
I didn't use Merkle tree. I did something less efficient in a certain sense that used basically a list of hashes, and then you just have to prove that the hash of that thing is in that list, which is a really straightforward component. It can be seen in my
this case, yeah, but you can hide for whom you can vote, but you didn't hide who votes. So
I did hide who votes.
Oh, really? Oh, when I saw your implementation, yes, and as I saw, it's in public inputs who votes, but you can find.
It's something. It's basically, I called it anonymous ID because it's an HMAC based on the secret, and you can, and as you probably know, you can't reverse an HMAC, so you can't know who is the one who voted. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay, if we use the second layer, like to submit it from another account by HMAC, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now I got it. Thank you.
Basically, the messages are not signed, which is an important bit, which I didn't think of at first, but yeah. Never mind.
Okay, you are discussing the implementation. I have a proposal. Maybe could we increase reward for the fourth and fifth, sixth place? Something very few, something very little, just to motivate more teams to participate in this contest, because it looks very scary. Yeah.
I think since it's, I don't think that there will be many people who will participate. So that's why they were, actually, I forgot, 3 places or something like that.
No, it's what I'm talking about. When I, for example, I'm like kind of new or not very skilled in FreeTON, and when I look at this description and I can see only 3 places will be rewarded, so I will not go and in detail. It looks very scary from beginning, but if we will have some few rewards for more places, it looks more or less reasonable, and I could take spend some time to research, to study. It's just good motivation for other teams. Like
That's
this is the way to invite more teams. Cheap way to
that's
invite
clear.
more teams. Yeah.
Okay, that's clear. Let's do the following. Time is over now. Could you please write your proposal on rewards in the group? So I think
Okay,
this is the last comment, and we will. It's almost ready for a vote. So please write it in the group. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
just want to add.
About
I said I did find a replacement to Miracle Tree, but I don't think you can use it with a very big list of voters. So it should be taken into consideration. My component works in n in space complexity of n instead of log n, like in a Miracle Tree.
Oh, okay, agreed. You can't put 100 million fellows in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
okay,
I have
guys.
questions about your HMAC implementation with the hashing lists, but let's continue. It's in our cryptography chat, so it will be
Guys, please.
Yeah.
No,
okay, let's come back.
Please comment. Yeah, please comment in the group that contest. If you see that there are no components to implement right now, or some intermediary steps should be taken, please comment. Guys, it's our
and about implementation phase. Who is preparing the description? Pasha?
I guess
Mikhail?
Mikhail
Yeah, I
and
guess
I will do it.
yeah, it's up to us, I guess.
Okay, so we do not have time for fifth point of the agenda, but it's not very important, so we can postpone it for a week. And that's all time. So thanks to everybody who come, who take part in our weekly call. If you have any additional requirements, if you want to discuss something more, actually we could make some unplanned Zoom, for example, tomorrow, if you have something urgent to discuss, something important. Or in other case, thanks to everybody and see you in a week.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
See you.